Another micro webinar series brought to you by the R Jumpstart Learning Experience. Today is day 2 of the new series that we started yesterday. The title of the series is Martial Arts Lessons for Real Life. Okay, so it started yesterday and will run until Saturday. And yesterday we started out with the topic about following and having faith in the system. All right, so you have the 3 bullet points here. Today's topic is about going step by step. Okay, so when you talk about going step by step, meaning you have to follow from 1 to 10, from A to Z. Basically, that's what it means. All right, but somewhere along the way, it can feel frustrating. You may feel that, hey, I'm getting nowhere with this. Hey, I keep on doing the same shit over and over, and I'm not getting anywhere. All right, but let's try to break it down. Okay, so you have your bullet point number 1. Everything starts with the basic foundation. You cannot skip this part. All right, you cannot run unless you know how to crawl or to walk. All right, that is a fact. You cannot draw, you cannot paint masterpieces if you cannot do like basic doodles. All right, you cannot write a book if you are having trouble constructing a sentence. You cannot create a gigantic computer program if you cannot do basic math. All right, those are facts. The same thing with martial arts. You cannot do like all the fancy difficult stuff if you don't know the basic. Everything starts with the basic foundation. You cannot skip this part. Now, a lot of us wants to jump right away to the most difficult thing that you can think of. All right, why is this the case? Because the basics, they are basics. They are repetitive. And whenever things become repetitive, they become boring to us. We lose interest when it becomes repetitive. And when we lose interest and we keep doing it, it becomes frustrating. All right, those are the facts. Right. However, doing the basics over and over does have benefits. All right. Aside from the fact that they are basics, it also gives you a sense of fulfillment. Why? Because you have to, the way you look at it is that you have to you look at it from the perspective of how far have you come, or how far have you come. All right, so from point A, from before, you were like zero knowledge, and this is where you are at right now. You have this certain level of mastery, and whenever you have a certain level of mastery, you have that certain level of achievement, which gives you fulfillment in life. All right, so never ever skip the basic foundations. Never ever skip basic training. Everyone goes through basic training, and this is very applicable in any type of profession, any type of field, any type of craft. All right, second, practice and increase speed and difficulty. All right, going back to what I said a few minutes ago, look at how far have you come. All right, before you were just doing 1 plus 1, but now you are able to do 10 plus 10. All right, so what is the point here? If you keep repeating the stuff, if you keep practicing, you can gradually increase speed and difficulty. You cannot do speed right away. I always talk about before the fact that I learned from my good friend Gene. Fast is slow, slow is fast. If you are always in haste, you will always have waste. All right, if you keep on doing things fast and you don't know what you're doing, all you will ever get is mistakes and frustration. All right, that's the point there. So you practice first, you keep doing the same thing, you increase the speed, and then you add more complexity, you add more difficulty. All right, last but not the least, never ever miss a step. A misstep is a mistake, or it's bound to become a mistake. A lot of times when we are learning something, we go ahead, and this is my tendency as well, especially if I feel that what's being taught to me is not making any sense, and like, why are we doing the long cut? Why are we doing this? Why are we doing that? All right, never ever miss a step. All right, you can go ahead and make improvements on the process of doing things, but make sure that if you are going to skip a step, that you're not missing any of the essentials. Make sure that you compare that, hey, this was taught to me, and this is what I'm doing right now. Am I yielding the same results? If you're not yielding the same results, there might be a problem. So that's something that something that you need to double check first. If you are starting, don't miss a step. If you think you're already advanced, make sure that before you make changes, you check first if it's okay, if it's good. All right? So I really hope that you got a lot out of this broadcast. If you like this video, please go ahead and click on the like button right below. And please click on the share button so you can share it to your friends and your loved ones. So once again, this is RJ Rivera, and this is another micro webinar series brought to you by the R Jumpstart Learning Experience.